Here's how you remain, or the big word, abide in Jesus. First thing is this: you just got to rest in him. I mean, think of the analogy that Jesus uses. He says, I am the vine and you are the branches. Well, think of a branch. A branch just rests in the vine. Total trust, complete dependence. It just sits there and rests in the vine. And as it rests in the vine, over time, the life of the vine begins to show up in the fruit of the branches. I mean, have you ever looked at a tree and seen a branch stressed out and striving to produce fruit? I'm trying. This is so hard. I got to do it. That's ridiculous. He doesn't stress. He's not anxious. He's not worried. The branch just rests in the vine. It rests during the storm. It rests during the drought. It rests when the pests come. It rests when kids climb on it. It rests in the morning. It rests in the evening. It just rests. And over time, it effortlessly begins to produce the life of the vine in the fruit of its branches. Rest. And you say, what does that mean to rest in Jesus? It means to rest that he is who he says he is, and he did what he said he did. That he is the source of all life, and that he declared on the cross, it is finished. No more work, it's time for rest. Maybe this summer you need to try less and trust more. Maybe you need to strive less and surrender more. Maybe we just need to stop trying so hard and start trusting in him. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. In other words, trust in the Lord with your heart. Make him your one thing. He'll make your path straight. He'll make sure you produce fruit in everything. A fruitful life comes from a restful heart. Second thing is this: you got to receive from him. Think of the vine and the branch, okay? The branch just rests in the vine, and then it receives all the life. It opens itself up and it receives the nourishment and the supply and the source and the refreshment. Everything comes from the vine. And over time, as it receives, the life of the vine shows up in the fruit of the branches. And it doesn't have to achieve it on its own. It just receives. I mean, again, these are silly little analogies, but think of how ridiculous it would be if the branch was sitting there and it's like, man, this just ain't happening. I got to go make it happen myself. So it disconnects from the vine, jumps down on the ground, starts hopping across your yard, digs a little hole, puts itself in to try to get some nutrients from the soil, and then goes over to your little bird thing where you can feed the birds with water or whatever, and jumps in the little thing and starts to soak it up. And it's all stressed out. It's like running around your yard trying to, I got to produce fruit. I got to make it happen. I got to grow an apple. You'd be like, bro, just go back to the vine. Fruitfulness is not about how much you achieve. It is about how well you receive. When you make Jesus your one thing, he promises that no one or nothing can take your fruit away. No person, no circumstance, no relationship, no chaos, no valley of the shadow of death has the authority to take your fruit when you choose to make him your one thing. And the last thing is this: we've got to respond to him. Rest in him, receive from him, respond to him. Take the vine and the branch one more time. The vine holds up the branch, and the vine is always moving the branch into the best possible place. The vine tries to move the branch out of the darkness into the light so it can bear fruit. When the vine realizes there's a shade or a shadow or something that's cast over that branch, it will move that branch in a direction to get it into the light. This is why you can see trees and they grow in these weird, funky directions. Because why? Because the vine is always moving its branches out of the darkness into the light. That is an amazing picture of what Jesus does for us. He is always moving you out of darkness into light. You just need to choose to respond to his commands. In fact, the last thing that God asked you to do was not an invitation to make your life harder. It was an invitation to get you out of the shadow and into the light that you might bear much fruit. And all you need to do is respond to where the vine is leading you.